So I'm filming this on Saturday evening, the 14th, the day of the Million MAGA March, or the March for Trump, or the Stop the Steal March, whichever name you want to call it by, and I'm sitting in my hotel room around 10 o'clock at night. I was supposed to be out having fun, man. I was supposed to be out having fun, and I actually did go out for a little while, but it got way too dangerous, and I just decided to come back and order absurdly expensive room service with Trump wine. Yeah, I'm in Trump International. You can tell by the gold bed frame behind me, and also the absurdly expensive Trump wine that I'm enjoying. I gotta say, Trump International is really nice. It really they train their staff well here. It's very, very pleasant. Hang on, cheers. But I wanted to make this video now, just kind of while I was thinking about it, because I want to talk about a couple things in this video. I want to talk about how unbelievably amazing today was. It was so incredible. It really was. But I also want to talk about how sad I am right now, because the reason that I'm not out is that DC is descending into a war zone. It's Black Lives Matter and Antifa are out there setting fire to things. The Proud Boys are getting in brawls with them. It was funny because I was gonna go, Mikey and I and some other walkaway people were gonna go to Harry's, which is like a MAGA bar, and it's really fun. It kind of sucks right now because it's just like they can't apparently have fun anymore. But that was where we were gonna go. That is like a block away from Trump International. It's really not that far, and so I was like, I'm gonna be fine. I have to walk one block. Like, this is gonna be fine. So I exit Trump, and when you, like, the thing of it is, like, when you stay here, like, you have to be a registered guest to even get into the hotel right now, and I'm sure that's the way it always is, but they have barriers up and all this stuff. Is literally, as soon as I exited the barrier, down the street come a metric F-ton of Antifa chanting, "America was never great." And there were police lined up all over the place. I actually couldn't even get to Harry's at first. Again, it's one block away. I couldn't even get to it at first because the police were not letting people through. And eventually they moved and I could get over there. And then I realized that, really nothing much was happening over there. And so I kind of walked around a little bit, and then I just went back to the hotel because it was getting really dangerous. And I was keeping an eye on the videos that people were posting on Twitter, and I'm not that far away from Freedom Plaza, to be honest, and I just decided to come back to the room, and it makes me incredibly sad because today was wonderful. It was a wonderful day. I wasn't even planning on heading over until like noon, but I was around 9:30 this morning. I was waiting outside the hotel for my breakfast to be delivered, and which never came because they blocked off all the streets, and I think the delivery guy just gave up after a while. But I was waiting outside, and this is 2.5 hours before the rally was set to begin, and I see a metric F-ton of Proud Boys congregating, and I'm not afraid of Proud Boys, guys. Like, I gotta be honest, the Proud Boys made me feel incredibly safe. As a rally attendee, the Proud Boys made me feel incredibly safe to be here. Like, I have zero problem with the Proud Boys. I really do. I know that they're in this little tiff right now, and Kyle Chapman is trying to, like, present like he's taking over, which is just not true. Like, you have to actually go and look at what they're saying about it. But I felt completely safe around them because you don't know why? They aren't going to come after me because they're going to go after Antifa when Antifa comes and starts trouble, which is exactly what they did. That was the only trouble I saw the Proud Boys getting into, was when it came to Antifa, and I am perfectly fine with that. So I was outside of the hotel, I saw a whole bunch of Proud Boys congregating, and then I looked over, and I could actually pretty much see down to Freedom Plaza, and there was already a metric F-ton of people, so I was like, screw this. And I just went over, and I went over a couple hours early, and there were already so many people there, and the atmosphere was so great. It was so electric. People were so excited to be there. And I guess I had just missed the Trump motorcade. Trump actually came by and drove around the whole thing. If you look at pictures of him, he looks so happy. And it's one of those things is like, I don't care if you love Trump or if you hate him, but when I see a picture of someone that they look genuinely happy and just like tickled with the situation, that makes me happy. And that's the way it should be. And some of the pictures I've seen of Trump since, he looked so happy. but it was just wonderful. The crowd just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and there wasn't really any trouble. Not really. I mean, there were a couple of counter protesters, but what happened with the counter protesters? And I was actually there's actually a video posted to my Twitter. You can see this because I was actually right in the middle of it because I like to get myself in trouble sometimes. And so I was literally, this happened directly in front of me. So what happened with the counter protesters is they were like the professional protesters that you see show up at all the different protests. Like if you watch protest videos, you're going to see these people. It's like over and over. And they have the Trump Pence out now signs. They're all wearing orange. Like these people show up at everything. So there were a couple of them there. There really weren't that, maybe like half a dozen. It really wasn't that many. And what happened is they got entirely surrounded with Trump supporters who were just like chanting USA, USA, USA at them. And eventually I think that they realized that they were just grossly outnumbered. And I don't know what, like, I mean, because they were outnumbered at a lot of stuff they go to. I don't know why this would be any different, but they actually started backing off. And they started backing away. So what happened when the protesters started leaving the main area of the rally is that the MAGA crowd just started following them and chanting at them and yelling at them and shouting at them. And I had a few choice words for them as well. And but there was no violence. There was no violence. But what they did is the MAGA crowd just slowly walked them back. So you see the protesters are just backing up step by step. This happened over the course of several blocks until they finally left. And that was really the only thing that, at least that I saw, happen at the rally. Now, there were so many people there, and everyone was just like nice. Everyone was in a happy mood. Everyone was cheering. Everyone was having a great time. I ended up spending most of it with, my typical walkway crew. Brandon was there, Mikey, Shamika, a few other people, and we had security. Like I glommed onto Brandon because Brandon has security, and so I got to take advantage of that. But it was just like everyone was such a good mood. Brandon was like, we were promoting our march that we're going to do on Sunday, the 15th at 10:30 or 10 a.m., which this video will probably be posted after the march, but we were really promoting that because we're doing not a march, a rally. We're doing another rally tomorrow. Mostly because I think Brandon dropped out of the speaking at the main event there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I'm not going to go into it in this video. I'm not gonna, those aren't my beans to spill, but Brandon is completely justified. And if there's any question in my mind about that before today, the run-in that I had with the organizer of the March for Trump rally today, she's like, crazy person. So I completely am on Brandon's side on that one, but he did fundraising for it, and he wanted to show the fundraising paid off, so he decided to do a pop-up rally, and it's actually I think it's going to be really awesome. I'm looking forward to it. But so we were kind of running around promoting that, trying to let people know about it, all that good stuff. Then the rally in Freedom Plaza turned in, they made it a march. We all marched to the Supreme Court, and I gotta tell you guys, I was in awe. I did not expect this many people to show up. It was like everywhere you looked, there were MAGA flags and Trump flags and everything. And just for miles, it seemed like for blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks, it was all you could see, and it was fabulous, and everyone was in such a good mood. And what I love about the Trump stuff is I don't always love the things Trump says and does. I don't, but I love the energy of his fans, and I love that everyone just loves this country so much. They really do. It is genuine. It is heartfelt. They are appreciative. They're grateful. And they should be, because we are all, every single one of us, even Black Lives Matter and even Antifa, are so blessed to live in this country. And we should be grateful for it. God damn it. We should be grateful for it. And that was the energy. It was spectacular. It was also a spectacular day. So nice. Now, it was actually kind of difficult because everything is closed around here. You walk around here, everything is boarded up. It is the most depressing thing I've ever seen. All the restaurants are closed, everything is boarded up. And it was actually really hard to find even food after the rally. We had to walk for blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks to find food. And, but it was a glorious day. And so then I come back to my hotel and I get onto Twitter and I start seeing all of the videos that are coming out of what Antifa and Black Lives Matter is doing, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking to me on several levels. First off, what we're seeing in these videos is that Antifa and Black Lives Matter are harassing everyone. Everyone. They are harassing families with small children. They are harassing the elderly. They are getting violent with anyone they see with any Trump paraphernalia at all. Like, when I was walking down the street on my so we went out to get dinner, and we went to a restaurant that was several blocks away from my hotel. And when I was walking down the street, there were people. It was almost, what's the weirdest thing? It was like almost like a code of conduct among Trump supporters to just be like, watch out, stay safe, maybe take off that MAGA hat when you're walking alone. That was what was going on tonight. I saw it for blocks when I was walking back to the hotel, just Trump supporters telling each other, be safe, take off the MAGA stuff, don't walk by yourself. Like, people were really looking out for each other. And I suppose that's good, but I also think that it's heartbreaking, the reason. And the media is not going to report any of it. The media is not going to report what Black Lives Matter did tonight. The media is not going to report how many people they beat up. The media is not going to report that they're the ones starting the situation. The media is not going to report that they sieged a hotel. The media is not going to report any of this stuff that is very, very clear evidence on video. They don't care. Because they're so deranged over Trump that they honestly think that it is okay. That it's okay for Antifa to attack children. That it's okay for Antifa to attack the elderly. That it's okay for Antifa to attack women. That it's okay for Antifa and Black Lives Matter to attack Black people. I saw that happening over and over and over and over again. Black women with children, Black men. I mean, one of the fights that I saw break out today was actually a freaking Black Trump supporter beating the ever-loving crap out of a white member of Black Lives Matter, because obviously. And it's so frustrating to see. It's heartbreaking to me how Trump supporters are treated. It's heartbreaking, and it's heartbreaking to see that they're the ones that get called violent, that they're the ones that get called extremists, that they're the ones that get called all these lies. Brandon was saying all day to me, he's like, this crowd is so incredibly diverse, and this is never going to be reported. And, the Trump supporters, they're not violent. They're not violent. Violence does not come from the right. It comes from the left. I don't know. And Joe Biden's election didn't, well, I'm going to put election in quotes. Election, we don't know yet, election. But the thing of it is that the people who are out there causing violence, they believe that Biden is the winner. So why are they still doing it? Why are they still doing it? Because they don't know another way to be. There is no such thing as unity in this country anymore, and I firmly believe that. There is no such thing as unity. There will be no unity under, it doesn't even matter who ends up winning, whether it's Trump or whether it's Biden. There's not going to be unity because the left does not want it. It's not that the right doesn't want it. I think the right would, the right doesn't obviously believe in the values of the left, but I don't think that they would hold a grudge if they genuinely believed that the left didn't want to kill them. I mean, this is basic. There was literally, there was stuff that happened tonight that I'm not going to talk about on YouTube, but that you can look up the video for yourself. There was stuff that could have had very dire consequences that was happening out there. I don't know how we fix this problem. This is what Joe Biden supports. This is what Kamala Harris supports. They support Trump supporters, people on the right, people they disagree with. They support them literally being terrorized. And I've seen it with my own eyes today. And I'd seen it before. This was not the first time. And obviously I've experienced it. I've literally been accosted by Black Lives Matter. But this is what they support. And it's incredibly sad. Alright guys, that's all I got for this one. Hey, if you want an even more unfiltered video than this one, I know I'm even wearing a cutoff and all this, I'm wearing sweatpants, but if you want a more unfiltered video, I actually have another video on my locals. Now, I do exclusive videos for my local supporters. Locals is a nice private social media site where trolls really aren't allowed to proliferate. It's like social media for adults. The information to sign up for my locals is actually in this video. It's kb.locals.com. You can also find it in the description below. Locals is actually free to sign up for. It is. You can actually get all of my videos ad-free on my locals. But if you want to participate in the discussion, you want to do book club with us, we're going to be starting a debate club pretty soon. We had Dave Rubin come and speak to our locals for my book club last time, so maybe I'll try to get other special guests in there. I don't know. But we do a lot of cool stuff together. It's a nice little community, and you're going to see exclusive videos like a much more unfiltered version of my reflections today, including more of the drama that went on behind the scenes of the March for Trump. You're going to find that on my locals, kb.locals.com. That video is the supporters exclusive. Supporting me on locals, it really helps to, support me doing this. It's a way that I don't actually have to worry about whether or not YouTube's going to demonetize something, because it's just steady monthly support. That only starts at like $5 a month. But again, you don't have to sign up for it to take advantage of ad-free videos and other stuff. There's a lot of stuff available for free. All right, guys, that's all I've got. I'll see you soon.